8.
Number 8. It looks like you have to fill in that rectangle with its missing spaces. It says a rectangle has 2 pairs of parallel sides. So if you show your hands like this, parallel sides, 2 lines that will never intersect. So a rectangle is made up of 2 sets of that. So 1 set and 2 sets, okay? Fill in the missing sign lengths in your answer box and then write the perimeter and label it. So if we see that we have those parallel lines and it's a rectangle, that opposite side is going to be equal to what's on the other side. So knowing that, what's going to go on this first blank to the left? Eliza?
9.
9 millimeters. What goes at the bottom? Hank?
3 millimeters.
3 millimeters. And would somebody please refresh Mrs. Pierce's memory? How do I find perimeter? Charlotte?
So what you will do is you'll go 9. There's honestly 2 ways. So you could go 9 plus 9 plus 3, 9 plus 9 plus 3 plus 3, or you can go 9 plus 3 plus 9 plus 3.
Yep. Either way, you're adding all the signs.
I know. You want me to tell you what it equals?
Yeah, what does 9 plus 9 plus 3 plus 3 equal?
It equals altogether 24.
24. So 9 and 9 is 18 plus 3, which is 6. 18 plus 6, 24. Good job, Charlotte. 24 millimeters. Okay? Got to have that in addition to labeling your box. That's like doing all parts of the question, right? Olive, last one.
Will you please do number 11 for me?
11, fill in the numerator to show an equivalent fraction. So remember, equivalent fractions, you have to do the same thing to the top as you're doing to the bottom. Last time we did multiplication, but it looks like our number on the left side is bigger than the right side. So I'm going from big to small. So instead of multiplying to find a bigger number, I'm dividing to find a smaller number. So I am dividing. In order to go from 6 to 3, I have to divide by 2. To go from blank to 2, I'm dividing by 2. Well, what divided by 2 equals 2? Or basically 2 times something will give me my missing blank. What do you think, Olive?
1.
Not 1, it would be bigger. If I did 2 times
4.
4. 4 is the right answer. Going big to small. So I have 5 questions answered. No one asked to see this one, but I'm going to do 2 more because I want to make sure that we know how to do it. Number 10. I want you to look at number 10. Farmer Nellie picked 22 tomatoes, not potatoes, tomatoes this week. That is 11 times as many as she picked last week. Choose the best equation and use it to find out how many she picked last week. Which is the correct equation and solve? Which one did you say was correct, Charlotte?
B.
E is correct. And what is T equal to? Olive?
Um, 2.
2. So she picked 11 times as many as she picked last week, which means last week's amount was less. So our answer has to show that it's less. And the other one that we have not gone over in a while is number 13. 25. What are my factor pairs for 25? What are my factor pairs for 25? Kira.
Five.
5 goes with 5, right? So I can just put 5 by itself. What else multiplies to give me 25, Hank?
25 and 1.
25 and 1. And we'll get to this where you'll see it listed like that. So it has 3 factors, which means it's what? Is it prime or is it composite? Is it prime or is it composite? Charlotte.
This one is composite.
Yeah, composite. And so say you had on your quiz, is like last week, for instance, your quiz question was 13. Is it prime or is it composite? A lot of you were able to tell me that it was prime. It's a prime number, 13. It's a prime number. But not all of you could explain why 13 is a prime number. I would have taken responses like, the only factors for 13 are 1 and 13. 13 is only multiplied by 1. It only has 2 factors, something along those lines. Or you could just say 1 times 13 equals 13. Nothing else would multiply to 13. I would take any of those types of answers, okay? Do you have any questions about that, Charlotte? Or do you have a comment?
I have a number for 25 that you can also do it.
Actually, there's no more. There is not another one.
But isn't
What
there
would your-
2? You
Nope.
can do-
2 will not work because 25 ends in an odd number. The only
Oh.
factors for an odd, for 2 will always be a factor of a number that is even. Since
Okay.
25 is not even, 2 is not a factor. But any number besides just 5 by itself, like if I count by 5s, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, all of those will have the factor of 5, okay?
Okay.
So with that being said, great discussion today with our simple solutions quiz. I have put that on there. It'll appear tomorrow at 12:45 for you. Make sure that when you take your quiz, you have a piece of paper, you have your whiteboard, you have something that you are working out the problems on so that you aren't, just taking a wild guess in the dark, right? Math is always worked out on paper. Even when Mrs. Pierce is at a restaurant and she's like adding up like a tip onto like the amount of money that she has to owe, she always has out a piece of paper. I'm always adding it on paper. So make sure that you have a piece of paper that you are working on. And with that being said, you can close your book. I would like you to take out a whiteboard or a piece of paper if you don't have a whiteboard on you. I have my whiteboard. And what we're going to do is in Google Classroom, you have assigned to you today, a mid-module review. Go ahead and take a look at your Google Classroom. It's under Thursday. it'll say mid-module review for module 3. Go ahead and find that. And we are going to work through it together, answer using our whiteboards, and plug in our answers. And since we're here and we're doing that, I'm trusting that you're sitting there working it out with me and with the class. And that way, I'm not going to ask you to add pictures of your work to show, you know, what you did. Mrs. Pierce is just going to say, hold up to your camera the work that you did on your whiteboard. Okay? Does that make sense? So it's only, I think, 5 slides long. When I say 5 slides, there's only 4 question slides. And it looks like this. Oh, it's 6 slides long, but 4 question slides. So it says mid-module 3, directions. You know, we're going to follow all of the directions on each slide. We're going to do our best to answer all parts of the question, and we're obviously always going to try our best. So if we start off, we are going to draw an area model to solve the following. So let's go ahead and draw on. I'm going to have mine open on my screen, but I'm going to show my whiteboard, if that makes sense. You will have on your screen opened up this assignment, and you have your whiteboard in front of you, okay? Does that make sense? Does everybody have this open on their laptop? Yeah? Thank you for the thumbs up, Charlotte. I also have GoGuardian, so I can see who's got it open. I see Charlotte and Eliza and Hank and Mason's got it open. Jaylee's got it open. I see Olive's getting it opened. Lucas now has it open. James has it open. Sophia's looking at it. Dylan's getting it opened. Okay, so we're all there. So it's open on your slide. We're on question 1, slide 3. And our first question is an area model to solve 20 times 40. Okay, so we're going to draw a box that looks like this, right? (20 times 40). And what is going to happen is that it's just going to be 20 times 40. On the other one, we're going to split up our box a little bit. But today, for question A, we just have 20 times 40. So what we are looking at is we actually have 2 tens times 4 tens. What do you guys think we get when we do 20 times 40? Write it down on your board. And I know you guys can only see me, but I can see all of you. Feel free to share your answer up to your camera when you have your answer. Okie dokie, I see some answers coming up. It's okay to try it out. Okie dokies, I see a lot of answers coming up. Not all yet. Okay. I see, thank you. I've seen most of yours, Hank and Kira and James and Charlotte, Olive, Eliza, Mason. Okay, we've all come up with the same answer. However, I want you to think about this. Look at my screen and see 20 times 40 equals 80. That is not quite correct. If I do 40 times 2, I have 80. I'm doing 40 times 20. Can anybody modify their answers and re-show me what they think the new answer is? I'm going to give you a hint. Take a look at the amount of zeros that are there and maybe modify your answer. Thank you, Hank and Olive and Mason. I see your new answers. Here I see you turning yours around. Our answer is actually 800. 800. If I think of 2 times 4, I get 8. Now I'm thinking of 2 tens times 4 tens, and I get 8 tens times tens, basically, because I haven't done my units yet. What is 10 times 10? Hank?
100.
100. So then my unit changes from tens times tens to 800s, which means 800. Okay? We actually have not done a question like that, and I wanted to see how we would do on it. I think even though we kind of didn't get the right answer right away, I think we can kind of think through it. We're going to do a whole lesson on this on Monday. So our answer that we are going to then put in our third slide is 800. So if I go to my screen, you guys have 20 times 40, and you do the equal sign and type 800. And since you guys are sharing your board with me, I'm not going to say, hey guys, you need to show me your work, because it says to draw an area model on this screen. Well, you guys have already shown me it. Well, most of you have shown it to me. That's what we're going to do for that, okay? So let's try out the next one. We have 5 times 324, and we did an area model like this for the first time on Tuesday. So if actually it was Monday now that I'm thinking about it. We did area model on Monday. So you guys have a rectangle, right? And you're doing 5 times, your first square is 300. Your second square is 20. And your third square is 4. Let's walk through this. Do you have your tape diagram? Well, not your tape diagram, your area model drawn. It should look like what I have. Let's do this first block. What is 300 times 5? 300 times 5. Charlotte.
300 times is 1,500.
Yeah, 1,500. Good. My next block, 5 times 20. 5 times 20. Mason.
100.
100. My last block, 5 times 4. Kira. 20. Okay. Let's go ahead. We have to add all of our values now. 1,500, 100, and 20. We have to add all of that up. So we do 0 plus 0 plus 0, 0. 0 plus 0 plus 2 is 2. 5 plus 1 is 6. And 1 plus 0 is 1. Our answer is 1,620. So I go to my slide. 5 times 324 equals 1,620. And I write that in my slide. 1,620. And look, we've already got slide 3 completed. Okay, I'm going to erase my board. Go ahead and go to the second slide. Second slide is you guys are going to use any place value strategy to multiply. You have 4 questions. I think it goes without saying that you are doing all of the multiplication yourself. You guys are not using calculators. You guys are not using additional technology like phones to solve. You guys are laughing, but I've seen a couple of you when you don't think I'm seeing, and I see a calculator out. Let's not do that, all righty? It is goofy, and you think, oh my gosh, I would never do that. Please don't. It doesn't help. It's only not helping you learn your multiplication facts. But we're going to start off, and you're going to do A, and I would then like you to share how you solved it. So your first question is 3 times 75. So remember to set it up 75 times 3. Okay? Do 75 times 3. And then somebody's going to walk me through how to solve it. You're going to pick area model. You're going to pick standard algorithm, partial products, distributive, and you are going to help me do it. So 30 seconds. I see some of you have already started. I'm just on my long-winded talk. All right, and about 10 seconds left. Somebody walking me through it. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hank, why don't you walk me through 75 times 3? What strategy did you use?
I did standard algorithm.
Okay, cool. Walk me through it.
First, I did 3 times 5, and I got 15s. I carried the 1 to the 10s. And then I did 3 times 7, and that got me 21, but I added the other 1, and I got 22, and I got 225.
Wonderful. So your answer for A, you should have gotten 225, just like Hank said. So equals 225. All right, next question. Same thing. Someone's going to walk me through it and then give you a minute to solve. 275 times 4. So I gotta like bend my wrist. 18 seconds left. Okie dokie. 275 times 4. Walk me through it. Charlotte. How did you solve it? Did you use standard algorithm, partial products, distributive property, or area model?
I forget what it was called, but
Can you hold it up and I can see it? I'll tell you what it's called. All right, you did standard algorithm. All right, let's see how we do.
I did 5 times 4, which gave me 20. So what I did is I put the 0, then I added the 2 to the 7, and 7 times 4 equals 28. And then
All right, so 7 times 4 is 28. Then what do I do with the 2?
And then what you do is just you add it to the 7, and then I add those two.
Wait, Charlotte, you are on the right track. You do 28 plus 2.
Yeah.
Okay. And what do I get when I do 28 plus 2?
30.
30. So here, now I'm in my last column. What am I multiplying?
Then you're multiplying, so 2 times 4.
What do I get?
8.
Plus
And
3.
then plus 3. So 8 plus 3 is 11. So
Great job. And that's my
11.
answer, right?
Yep.
Good job, Charlotte. So 275 times 4 equals 1,100. Great job. Another great example. Now we're on C. You're going to solve 1,206 times 8. You have a minute. One minute. James, 1 second. All righty. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. 1,206 times 8. Are we all done and ready to share? Would somebody like to share what their answer is, how they got it? Kira, haven't heard from you yet.
I used standard algorithm.
Okay.
And I did 6 times 8, 48.
Uh-huh.
And then I did 8 times 0 and got 0, but plus 4 is 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did 8 times 2, which got me 16, and I regrouped the 1.
Uh-huh.
I did 8 times 1, got 8 plus 1 equals 9.
Wonderful. Your answer is 9,648. Great job, Kira. All righty, 9,648. 48. We have one left on this slide. 7,052 times 6. Solve that, and I'm looking for one more person to share how they solved the multiplication problem. Guys are getting really good. Make sure you're following along with us. If you're sitting here in Zoom, you should be doing it. That way you're not like working on this later on and thinking, well, why do I not have my math work turned in? Well, we're working on it right now. Okay, who's ready to walk me through D? Is there somebody that would like to walk me through D? Olive.
So do you want me to tell you the answer I got first, or?
Tell me, how did you solve it? Did you use standard algorithm, partial products, area model, or distributive property?
Standard algorithm.
Yep. And you're just gonna walk me through step by step, how did you solve?
Okay. Well, 2 times 6 is 12. So I put the 2 and then regrouped the 1.
Yes.
And 5 times 6 is 30, plus 1 is 31. 0 times 6 is 0, plus 3 is 3. And then 7 times 6 is 42.
Great. So your answer is 42,312. Great job to those 4 friends who shared how they solved. I know I saw lots of you working away on your whiteboards. So even if you didn't share, hopefully you got the same answers as the friends who shared. And I know you guys were working through it too. So 42,312 is your answer. We have 2 more questions that we are going to be doing, and they are multi-step questions with, you know, multiplication in them. So they're kind of like our questions we did on Tuesday and Wednesday. So I'm on slide 5. Your question, I'm going to share my screen. I'm sure you guys already have it up. It says, solve using a model or equation, show your work, and write your answer as a statement. So you're going to share the answer, and you're also going to write it in a statement. So it says a movie theater has 2 rooms. Room A has 9 rows of seats with 18 seats in each row. Room B has 3 times as many seats as room A. How many seats are there in both rooms? So first, we need to find how many seats are in room A, then find how many seats are in room B and add them together to find the total amount of seats. So if we were to draw a tape diagram, it would look like room A. I'm just going to put A. That is 9 rows, 18 rows per seat. So to solve that, I have to do 18 times 9 to get A. And then we know that room B has 3 times as much as room A has. So I might label that as A, because that's the same amount as in room A. So let's first solve how many seats are in room A. So I need to do 18 times 9. 18 times 9. Well, when I do 18 times 9, what do I get? 18 times 9. Kira.
162.
How much? Sorry, you kind of cut out a little bit at the end.
162.
All right, so you say 162. 8 times 9, 72. I regroup. 9 times 1 is 9 plus 7 more, 16. 162. All right. And we know that room B, so we can put that up there, 162. Then we do B is 162 times 3. 162 times 3. I'm going to give you a minute to kind of solve for that one. I still see some friends solving. If you want, share me your answer on your screen so I can see it. Cool, thank you. Seeing a lot of the same answers. Yes, I see a lot of the same answers. Thank you, Hank and Charlotte and Kira and Olive. Great job, James. Okay, I see a lot of the same ones. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 6 is 18. 1 times 3 is 3 plus 1 more is 4. You guys got a total for B as 486, right? Then we need to add 162 and 486 to get our total number of seats. Hey, Oliver, you still having some computer issues? I just saw your mom's message.
I logged on with my family computer, so I know it won't be able to go on to you won't see me on the Google.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, the Go Guardian thing. I won't be able to see your account, but that's fine. I just want to make sure you are okay.
Okay, thank you.
2 plus 6, 8. 6 plus 8 is 14. 1 plus 1 plus 4, 6. There is a total of 648 seats. What could my answer statement be when I go into the slide? What are you guys going to say should be our answer statement? Charlotte, what do you think?
You can say there are 648 seats in the movie theater.
there are 648 seats in the movie theater rooms, because we're talking about both rooms. We can also add that we did 18 times 9 equals 162. Oops, I typed the wrong, not 18 times 0, but 18 times 9. And then we also did 162 times 3 equaled 486. 162 plus 486 equals our answer of 648. So we can have all that information because it does say solve using a model or equation. So those would be our equations. And then we wrote our answer as a statement. Like Charlotte said, there are 648 seats in the movie theater room. I'll leave my screen up like this. As soon as you're done typing your information, there is one last question we are going to answer for our review of Module 3, the mid-module part. After we're done with this mid-module, we are going to take a little break from Eureka next week and come back after the break with more Eureka. We're going to be doing double digit by double digit multiplication. We also are going to be doing some division. We're going to be getting into that, as well as identifying factors in prime numbers. So a lot of really good stuff in our Module 3, what we're looking forward to. You guys are rock stars at this 2, 3, or 4 digit by 1 digit multiplication. All right, I'm moving on to question 4. If after we're done with question 4 and you want to see my question 3 answer, I will go back to this slide for you. Question 4. The art school teacher has 6 cases of crayons with 61 boxes in each case. The elementary school art teacher has 9 cases of crayons with 112 boxes in each case. How many total boxes of crayons do both teachers have? Is your answer reasonable? Explain. I think we're going to leave off the reasonable part because we're not going to do any estimation on this one. We are just going to solve. So if I go share my camera, let's first draw our tape diagram for the high school. So I'm going to call it H. We have 6 cases, remember, with 61 in each case. 61, 61, 61, 61, 61, 61. And then our elementary school teacher, well, they have 9 cases, and in each case, there's 112 boxes of crayons. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I gotta draw one more square. So each one has 112. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 112 per. All right, so how do we solve? I told us what we're gonna do on the last one. You tell me what we're gonna do on this one. What am I gonna do, Charlotte?
What you're gonna do is you're gonna do 112 times 61.
No, we're not gonna multiply by 61. We are gonna multiply 112 by something, but that's a different part of the equation. Mason, what should I do? I can see where we got that, Charlotte.
For the first part, we should do 61 times 6.
Yes, and then don't give me the answer to that. What else do I need to do? How do I find elementary? That's how I found high school. How do I find elementary, Mason?
112 times 9.
Wonderful. And then when I get both answers, what am I going to do with both answers? Charlotte.
You're gonna add them both together.
I'm going to add them both together. Go ahead and find 61 times 6 and 112 times 9. We're going to go over those answers before we add. James, I'll have to show you the last answer. I can't go back on my slide yet. You'll have to wait a minute. Good. Glad. Awesome. I see thumbs up. See people who are ready. Kira, how many crayons does the high school teacher have?
$366.
366, because 1 times 6 is 6. 6 times 6 is 36. 366. How many crayons does my elementary school teacher have? Mason.
1008.
All right. What would you say? 1008? 9 times 2, 18. Carry 1. 9 times 1 is 9 plus 1 is 10. 9 times 1, 9 plus 1 is 10. 1008. Good job, Mason. So now, since we have both of our correct answers, we're going to add 1008 plus 366. $1,008 plus 366. What do I get for my answer, Hank?
1,374.
I would agree. 1,374. So I go to my slide and I type in, what is my answer statement going to be? Well, we have to go back and see what the question is actually asking us. It says the high school arts teacher has 6 cases of crayons with 61 boxes in each case. The elementary school art teacher has 9 cases of crayons, 112 boxes in each case. How many total boxes of crayons do both teachers have? This is our last thing, guys. What is my answer statement? Olive.
Together, the high school and elementary school has 1,374 crayons.
1,374 crayons. Great. Oops, I spelled elementary wrong. Elementary. Arts teachers have, oops, boxes of crayons. I said crayons too. I forgot that it's not just the crayons inside the boxes, but it's the boxes in the cases of crayons. So they have that many cases, or I mean, boxes of crayons. It's a lot of crayons. So at this time, we've done the entire mid-module review. Great job, 4th grade. So you're going to make sure you have what I have. I'm going to upload a video of the mid-module review that we just did in case there are any ones that you might have missed. You might not have all the answers to it. I will upload that video so you can pause, make sure your answers are there. My friends, on Zearn, you have to be done with lesson 13 by tomorrow. That means on Zearn, when you sign in, it says that you are on lesson 14, right? The top of your screen will say lesson 14. A lot of you are close. Mason, congratulations. You have finished Zearn because it said lesson 14 at the top. Make sure before you turn it in, it says 14. So you have some time to get some of those lessons completed on Zearn today. And then tomorrow you'll also have some time, but please don't just sign off and then not go and do Zearn. That is an assignment that is due in Google Classroom tomorrow. And if you leave it to tomorrow to do 3 lessons, I'm going to tell you, it takes an average time of 25 minutes per lesson. So if that's the case, if you have 3 lessons to do, then that's 75 minutes of Zearn alone that you have to just sit there and complete. That's a lot of time to sit if you didn't break it up, okay? So make sure you use this time that I'm giving you right now to go on